Have you ever stopped to think, why is it that only very few people have an amazing relationship? Did they just get lucky? Are they the chosen ones, perhaps? I think seriously, most of us would agree, wouldn't we, that great relationships take work. The problem is, more often than not, we have no idea what to work on. Well, over the last 20 plus years now, working with countless couples, we've observed that all successful relationships, every one of them, exhibit 4 simple yet fundamental habits which we want to share with you over the next 15 minutes or so.
Shall we share the habits? Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. So the first of the habits then, be curious, not critical, helps you get over the hurdle of frustration that comes from unmet expectations. And we learned this one ourselves the hard way. So habit number 1, be curious, not critical, is all about investing the time to understand how we're wired differently so that we can learn to play to our strengths rather than waste time and energy criticizing differences.
So given these differences, habit number 2, be careful, not crushing, helps us get over the hurdle of poor conflict resolution styles. Our natural fight or flight responses are very me-centered. It's about looking after me and my interests rather than being us-centered. So we need to literally reprogram these automatic responses by developing the skills and habits that allow us to turn up better to conflict situations, to take care of each other through the process, to work towards genuine resolutions, no matter how angry we might be with each other. One of the disciplines that we developed was to set ground rules, which are boundaries that would control our behavior in conflict situations so that we didn't keep falling at this hurdle over and over again. But habit 2, be careful, not crushing, helps us learn how to work together, argue well, treat each other with care, and come out stronger together.
For sure. And habit number 3, ask, don't assume, helps you get over the hurdle of frustration that comes from mistrust and disrespect that can creep into relationships. So habit number 3 really is about getting good at having those courageous conversations that see us asking and discussing rather than assuming and stereotyping.
And that leads us neatly onto habit number 4, connect before you correct, which is about learning how to communicate real value and appreciation and holding back on our insatiable need to give constructive feedback. When you live and work with somebody day in, day out, it is so easy to take them for granted and just to be constantly on their back. But as the saying goes, people go where they feel welcomed, but stay where they feel valued. So we need to be deliberate about finding meaningful, specific ways that build warmth in the relationship. And that can sometimes be simply breaking the routine. For us, we've been known to disappear in the middle of the working day to go to the movies after a period of intense workshop delivery. So habit number 4, connect before you correct, is about being deliberate about shifting that balance to connecting before we correct each other.
Here's the thing. When we all start developing and practicing these habits, not only do we significantly increase the chances of our relationships surviving, but now we begin to thrive as individuals, as families, as companies, as nations. And if we can each just take responsibility for developing these habits in our own relationships, together, maybe, just maybe, we'll leave the world a better place for the generations to come.
Thank you.